Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is CJ. Gonna bring you guys another quick update on the Reef. Gonna be focusing on cyano and hair algae issues I've had the last few weeks. Really becoming a nuisance and a headache. So I'm gonna give you guys an idea of what I've been doing to try to combat it and hopefully get this thing defeated. Now, a lot of you guys watching my vids have been in the hobby a long time. You already know this, but for anyone that's new, algae issues in your tank definitely is something that you need to look at as not if it's gonna happen, but really a matter of when it's gonna happen. Every tank has to mature and it goes through its natural process. This tank's no different. Now, I will say, I didn't help by becoming lazy and, a little complacent in my maintenance routine. And I kind of let this stuff get a foothold a little bit more than it would have in a normal case. But, nevertheless, I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing to try to fight it. Now, dealing with algae, you really gotta attack it two ways. One, reducing the source of the problem, which is gonna be the excess nutrients. And then also reducing the symptom, which is going to be the algae itself. Now, I really had to get in here and kind of get down and dirty with a toothbrush and a turkey baster, basically scrubbing off every bit of rock I could reach and then blasting away all of the detritus and any loose algae that I can get out of the tank, and then doing water changes and replacing my filter floss a little bit more than usual. So far it is helping, but as you can tell, it's still plenty of algae left to see, and I'm working on it. Now, removing the excess nutrients from the tank, I would say it's definitely the tougher of the two tasks. Now, in my situation, I only have three ways of removing it. I have my filter floss, catching everything from my overflow, I have my skimmer, and I have my reactor. Now, like I said before, a little lazy. Skimmer really wasn't tuned in well until recently, so I've gotten in here and adjusted it. It's skimming wet and removing a lot more gunk, which is good. And replacing my filter floss a little more often, which it needs to be done now. And then I've been adding a little bit more carbon to the tank to help remove any of the loose organics, hopefully to combat that cyano, which it has helped. I will say it hasn't been coming back as much. So, if I had choices as far as algae growing in the back or in the display, I would definitely choose back here. But either way, I got to get in here and clean this back out. But I'll show you guys my maintenance routine at a later date, my water changes and how I clean my equipment. But I just want to give you guys an idea of how to combat this. Really boils down to just not being lazy and just staying on top of your routine, especially during the holidays when you don't have a lot of time, and especially when you got algae growing all over your system. So I'll just give you guys a quick peek. Now, it's never a bad thing to get additional help with issues, and in this case, I had to hire some emerald crabs. I picked up 4 of these little guys. They're all over the tank, eating up everything they can get their claws on, which is a great thing. And I never realized, how useful these guys were until I added them to my tank. Highly recommend it. Now, I don't know how well it's going to work with 4 of them, at the end of the day, but, I'm going to let these guys do their thing. If I have to remove them, I will. So far, everything's working well. This is the shot of the tank a few weeks ago. As you can tell, it's a lot different today. Now, in addition to the crabs, I also decided to pick up a lawnmower blenny. This guy has earned every bit of his name. As you can tell, he goes to work on everything in the tank, picking at every piece of algae he can see, and he's done a great job with helping me, in my algae situation. So, highly recommend it. Tons of personality, and for the price and for everything you get from him, a great fish to own in your reef tank. Just make sure you have algae for them to eat as their food supply, otherwise they won't do so well. Now, ever since I've rededicated myself to removing this algae, I've really seen a lot of improvement, between the crabs and the blenny and my maintenance routine picking up. It's improved a lot. So I really didn't record a shot before, but trust me, it was covered with tons of purple cyan all over my rocks, hair algae bubbles. It was pretty nasty. I'm just happy to see it is starting to improve. And I hope you guys, maybe learn from me. Don't get lazy during the holidays. Don't get complacent. Keep up on your routines to keep this under control. Now, overall, I would say the tank's still doing well. My corals are still open. Euphyllias, leathers, my Duncan coral still doing great. Now, my Priscilla is bouncing back from the changes, and my anemone, of course, still being an ass, moving from the back to the front. As you can tell, he's in the back now. You can't see him. One thing I do want to share, I've added a lot of pieces as far as smaller corals, zoanthids, mushrooms, even added some additional fish. See the flame angel swimming around. No signs of ick on any of my fish. Everything's doing fantastic. So hopefully ending 2015 on a high note. I'm not going to hold you guys much longer, but I do want to share some footage from the Louisville Mega Cavern with you guys. That's where I'm from, Louisville, Kentucky. And it's a pretty light display for Christmas. I figured it was a fitting end to 2015. So definitely wish you guys Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and like, comment, subscribe. Hey, y'all do what y'all do. Y'all be easy. Happy reefing.
That damn body, that's music.